Hi there, I'm Lane with Funded Prop Traders HQ, and today we're going to be reviewing the Gold Line Trades auto trading strategy created by Robert Anderson. So first off, I want to talk about my results with the bot. I used it for about 3 weeks, and I want to be completely fair and say that I have been using it very sporadically. First day, I made $1,500 on a Nasdaq short, and then the next day, I made about 400 on an oil long. And since then, I've only taken small losses and break even trades and am probably only up slightly overall. Some pros that I do want to talk about though alerts, boredom, customizability, and the informational nature of the bot. So, first off, when it comes to alerts, it's really nice to have the bot alerting you to a trade setup. That way, you're able to kind of leave the charts, go about your work or watching TV or whatever it is you're going to be doing, and then only look at the chart when you need to. And that really means that you won't be taking or you shouldn't be taking any boredom trades because you're not just sitting there staring at the charts waiting for a setup for hours and hours. And sometimes they don't come. So this will allow you to make it easier not to take those boredom trades. Third, it's very customizable. So you can choose when you want the bot to trade, where stops and targets should be, when it should move to break even, those kinds of things. You really can do quite a lot with it. Last is it's very informative. It shows you a running P&L total at the end of every day for all of the data that is loaded onto the chart. So in the screenshot here, you can see a running P&L total of $2,025 on this is one NASDAQ contract over the course of the last 30 days with the settings that I've customized. And then it shows the prior session P&L is it had lost $165. It also shows you a daily P&L after each trade. So it keeps that running tally, showing you where you stand on the day. So it really does a very good job of keeping you informed. Now I want to talk about the cons. So the first one here that I've listed is general backtesting weakness. Whether you're talking about an automated strategy or a manual strategy, really there's just weakness with backtesting. You can't really be sure exactly where you would have been filled on any trade, for example. So it's really hard to know whether the strategy is profitable or not because your stops and targets are placed based on where your entry is filled. Bob's even talked about this himself. Sometimes it works in your favor and sometimes it doesn't. Second, the bot does not include commission in the calculations of your P&L. So if you find yourself over the course of, let's say, 2 months being up a few $100s, that might look good, but really, if you factor in commission, you might be break even or even losing money. The other thing I didn't note here that is also very important is it doesn't show you a maximum drawdown, at least on the chart there. So very difficult to know for us prop traders if it's actually safe to use it, or even if it's made $1,000 over the course of the last month, if it had gone into a drawdown of $2,500, for example, there's not really a way for you to use it. Third is that it is very curve fitted, which again, this has to do with the general weakness of back testing is that you can find something that works for the last 30 days or the last 60 days or the last 90 days, but that's not a guarantee that it will continue to work. So when I first started, I back tested for the prior 30 days and I used those settings for a while. They weren't working very well, and I kind of fitted it to the curve of the current data, say the last 14 days, and that's ultimately very hard to know if you're going to be able to be profitable with this bot when you're modifying strategies based on something that's happened in the past. And again, that's just a general weakness of back testing and creating strategies that based on indicators. The last con it really has to do with bugs. There aren't really that many, but you really do need to babysit this bot, which you should be doing anyway. For example, it may not place your stops on the chart. So you could be entered into a trade. The market comes to a point where the trade is invalidated, but it doesn't get you out. So you need to be watching and making sure that you get out where you're supposed to. So the conclusion here is really that this bot delivers exactly what anyone who has tried automation before should expect. It mostly executes the strategy the way that it is designed to. And if you like Bob's strategy, perhaps you already use it manually, this will help you by placing those orders automatically, placing the stops and targets where they should be for you. It's a lot quicker at doing that than a human can be. But just keep in mind that you are going to have to modify settings and manually toggle the bot on and off based on market conditions for each instrument that you want to trade. So this is really exactly what you should expect. If the bugs get ironed out, I do think it would be great for those that like to use Bob's strategy. And lastly, why I'm not going to be renewing. Really, first of all, this is not my style of trading. I need more setups that are front loaded to the beginning of the day. And I also personally do not believe EMAs are important enough to build a strategy around them. Secondly, the market does not trend on most days. So there are too few setups in a day or in a week. And I believe that the market is not right now trending strongly enough for this strategy to be worth the money. That doesn't mean that everyone shouldn't that others should not try it. It's just my opinion, and doesn't suit the way that I like to trade. So that's it. Thanks for watching.